Wish TV, Indiana's only statewide TV news network. News 8 continues now.
And by the authority invested in me as mayor of this city, do hereby proclaim April 2nd, 1984 as Indianapolis Colts Day in Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen.
The journey across the country for the Colts is described as feeling like jumping into a getaway car, a heist. Practically, it was all because Indy had something Baltimore didn't, the Hoosier Dome. You remember that, right? Well, while getting ready for this week's 70th anniversary history, News 8's Scott Sander put it best like this. He said, you can draw a straight line from some signature moments in Indianapolis sports history, from a sleepy Rust Belt Midwestern town to a truly international city. In so many ways, the Colts' arrival anchors one end of that line. It also does mark a crowning achievement for the Hudnut administration, but boy, oh boy, were those some sneaky days. Here's News 8's Phil Sanchez with that call.
Hi, everybody. This is Colts history.
Everybody knew something was going on.
They came under the cover of night.
We had heard that they had left Baltimore.
On March 29th, 1984, Indianapolis woke up to find out that they were getting an NFL team.
The Baltimore Colts were moving to Indianapolis. Everybody's calling people, working their sources to try and get information. Is this true? Isn't it true?
Let's back up a bit.
Mayor William Hudnut, suffering from the flu, getting out of bed just long enough to confirm negotiations with Colts representatives. March 6th, Colts coach Frank Kush arrived at the Indianapolis airport.
I'm just here on a visit.
For years, Baltimore Colts owner Robert Irsay had been considering moving out of Baltimore to somewhere that had a modern sports stadium, big enough to house the Colts. Enter the Hoosier Dome.
They said they were building it not for a team, but because the convention center and conventions could use it.
Frick remembers Irsay's reaction to the dome's blue, white, and silver.
And Mr. Irsay literally froze. He said, "These are our colors." He looked at me and said, "It's meant to be."
The state of Maryland was about to make a decision that would change the Colts forever. 2 words: eminent domain.
They were worried about the state taking the team over and not allowing Mr. Irsay to move the team.
I was just disturbed because they were negotiating with me, and then they pulled one of these tricks, so I said, one trick deserves another. So we played a little trick on them, we packed up and left.
Moving vans pulled away from the Colts Maryland offices. The destination uncertain until the next day.
The Colts had to sneak out of town at night. It degrades a great tradition of the city in football.
The now famous Mayflower trucks took different routes out, so they couldn't get nabbed by the Maryland State Police. Nothing was left behind.
They brought everything. Helmets, cleats, jerseys, everything. Pennants, all sorts of things.
Jim Shell always said, better lucky than good. We got lucky that day.
It was my assignment for the day.
How about run out to the airport and just see if you can see anything that might be Colts related. And we're just watching because we really have no idea who's in this jet or what this jet is. We have no idea if it's anything to do with the Colts at all. And this guy walks off the plane and he sees us. He said, "Hey, can I help you guys?" I said, "Yeah." "Are you with the Colts?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm their attorney." "Are the Colts moving to Indianapolis?" He said, "They sure are. They're on their way."
David Barris and Jim Hester scrambled for a phone. They couldn't risk being overheard on a 2-way radio. They had it.
It's true, and we have it on tape.
Next stop, Mayor Hudnut's office.
The mayor wanted to look at the tape first. He wanted to be sure that we weren't kidding him. And then he went, "Okay, now I'll talk about it."
The Colts are on their way to Indianapolis.
Mark it on your calendar. The Indianapolis Colts came to town, lock, stock, and helmet at 12:26 p.m.
Here they come, so we just roll. I'm just getting my video.
The team's temporary headquarters at the vacant Fall Creek Elementary School held everything that had a horseshoe logo.
Kush was just touring the facility, his first view of the facility. He was so mad. He couldn't believe that he'd been dumped into this abandoned school building.
He knew what was good and what wasn't good.
Right. He was not happy.
Before that day, Indianapolis football fans had their pick of Midwestern NFL teams to root for, although many of them focused on the short drive up I-65.
When the Colts came, I knew that it was this incredible thing for the city. But I was a Chicago Bears fan.
And I grew up in Chicago, where the Bears are the team.
And it was tough. We all had to pick somebody as kids. We didn't have a football team. So of all teams, when the Colts came, I was like, yeah, that's cool. It took a long time to understand that, no, this is our team now.
The day Robert Irsay marched triumphantly into the Hoosier Dome, it was official. The Baltimore Colts had become the Indianapolis Colts.
The day the Colts came here, I became a Colts fan.
The blackboard goes on the line every week. Sure, it's bandaged up a little bit. By the way, that's the blackboard record. That's not the Colts record. The blackboard didn't predict all the games.
Some tricks, some trucks, and all of a sudden, Indy No Place had been transformed into a sports destination.
What am I supposed to do? Sit on the sidelines of history and watch the river flow by and eat bonbons? You know, any mayor is going to compete. I told them we didn't steal the Colts, you lost them.
It was one of those days that as a reporter you live for, and to be a part of that, to have seen that, to have seen the downtown go from empty to exciting, being a part of it and watching it develop, man, that was just terrific.
Good memories there. As for that tape, the one shot by Jim Hester and shown to Mayor Hudnut to confirm the team's destination, we'll just have to take David Barris's word for that. We've looked and looked, but it seems to have been lost in history. Well, you can find more of this story and all of our previous 70th anniversary celebration installments right now on our website. Just scan that QR code on your screen. It'll take you to wishtv.com.